All right, we're rolling.
So we have a show now.
We do.
What do you want to do?
Well, we've got some budget. Let's go to Jamaica.
Yeah! How are we gonna get there?
Oh, hold on. We'll fly private.
We can afford private?
Oh, no, that's CGI.
We can afford CGI?
No.
And now for Dinner with Racers with your hosts, Ryan Eversley and Sean Heckman.
Placeholder radio sound. I'm a driver and I'm very angry. The sound of a driver on the radio during a race.
Spin it. And are you ready? Lock and load. Reload.
So 2 years ago, my buddy Justin Wild reaches out. He's a mechanic for a lot of really great race teams, and he asked me if I would like to race in Jamaica. And all I could think was, I didn't know they raced in Jamaica.
So we both start looking it up, and we find some YouTube clips, and holy crap, yeah, this was something we had to see. So when this whole streaming series came up, this was the first thing that we wanted to do.
So on the week of Easter, we decided to fly down to Jamaica for 9 days and see what the whole motorsports scene was all about.
And we specifically chose Easter week because that is the week of the biggest race of the year.
Every Easter Monday, Dover Raceway. Yes, it's called Dover. No, it's not the one you're thinking of. They have an event called the Big Money Race.
All right, we need to be clear here. It's not actually called the Big Money Race. Some big fans on the internet called it the Big Money Race, and then we thought it was called the Big Money Race, and then the people that put on the event told us like 15 times it's not actually called the Big Money Race. It's not actually called the Big Money Race.
However, yeah, we're the media. So this was our experience at
The Big Money Race.
With nearly 3 million people inside an island smaller than Connecticut, Jamaica elicits thoughts on destination beaches, champion runners, Bob Marley. But what you don't think of is a passionate motorsport culture.
While it's over 100 miles from either track on the island, the capital city of Kingston serves as the home base for the Impassioned. And that includes the country's grassroots hero, Andre Anderson.
How are you?
Hey, I'm good.
Ryan.
Yeah, nice to meet you. I'm Andre.
Andre, good to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you too.
Yeah, so this is the shop?
Yeah, this is the shop. This is where we build the car.
Okay.
And this is also the, our business place.
And so your dad raced, you raced, and your brother
It
raced?
started with my dad, and then it passed on to my brother and I. Yeah. So what we have there is auto parts store. So we work on cars and we sell parts. And my dad has been in this business for quite a while now.
Okay.
About over 30 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did this, like, you guys build this car from the ground up?
Yeah, definitely.
So to be clear, you guys made this whole rear wing.
Yeah, because most of it is fiberglass. Pretty much everywhere on the car. Even the roof.
Oh, right.
Yeah, this right here, the bonnet. All the doors, everything.
With this car, I've noticed just from what we've looked into, there are often like radicals on track and like proper GT cars. What class does it compete against all of those cars? Or who else is in your class?
It compete with the radicals.
Oh wow. Okay, so this touring car basically is in the same class as those guys.
Yeah, I know that's kind of crazy because probably in the States it wouldn't be like that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But trust me, we get these cars to challenge the radicals, which is that's excellent.
Yeah. How's the rule book?
There are a few regulations, but nothing to spoil the fun.
Okay. Oh, all right. So the idea is keep it fun and open.
Open, yeah.
When you're walking down the street, do you get recognized from the racing?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Really?
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah. The thing here in Jamaica, like a guy would like have a car at his house, and he would like build it and then he would take it to the street. So the love for the racing, that's where it starts from. From the beginning, motor racing had a good, following, so people do go just to watch the cars race, but also after going, they develop, their driver.
So the local celebrity factor, is that a media thing? Like, are they promoting it on TV, or is it just for people to go all the time?
Well, mostly for people to go all the time, and you have media also.
You do have media?
Yeah.
So what is media here?
Regular sports news, like after the race for the
Highlights.
country. Yeah, you have sports news. So a lot of people get to know about it through that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we tell people we know you, are we going to be like, are we going to be in?
Definitely. I understand that fans,
Huge part of it.
they're excited. They want to come and see the car. So my pitch is more open to everybody.
Yeah.
Trust me, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I'm not bad in terms of driving talent and stuff like that.
That's the least horn tooting. I don't want to brag, but I'm okay.
Yeah.
Our country at the moment is going through a continued issue with racism and like not knowing what's real or what's media portrayed. It's an uncomfortable thing to talk about. And we both found it really interesting that your two biggest household names in Jamaican motorsports are white guys, but they're Jamaicans.
You're Jamaican.
Right.
Yeah.
So do you guys care?
Well,
is it
for me, I don't care.
Right.
Some people do, because some people will say that it's going back to the same thing. Some people will say that the white guys have everything, have all the money.
Sure.
And then some people will say the black guys, but you have some families that are black that they can
Have
afford.
finances, yeah, right.
Yeah, so it's just what a person can make out of life. And if you achieve good things and you have money, then why not spend it?
So the white population in Jamaica, last I read a census, it's only a couple of percent. But yet in terms of winning races here in Jamaica, they're a much larger percentage.
Yeah, because back in the days, the white folks would have more of the money.
Right.
And you know that racing is a expensive sport.
Right.
I didn't know that.
Exactly.
Running possibly the most successful team in current Jamaican racing, Peter Moody is very much the man. And on this particular weekend, he had 3 different cars that he was running. So we decided just to see what his operation was all about. How are you? I'm Ryan Eversley. Nice to meet you, sir. How are you? Explain to me what we have going on here. You got guys working on a brand new Radical over here. There's another Radical over there. There's an SR3. And so what else are we taking to the track this weekend?
We're taking up this Honda Civic.
Okay, did you just fire that up?
Yes,
Called it. Where are you from?
Jamaica.
Okay. Have you raced in the States?
Oh yes.
Okay. Do you think it's crazy that there's like 3 Radicals running around Dover and Jam West?
No, Jamaica is an interesting place.
Yeah.
In the 70s, we were running Formula B, Formula 2 cars, Formula 5000. We always have this thing of creating this blend.
Right.
It's unreal.
You're taking 4 cars?
3 cars.
3 cars? How many
Yeah.
crew guys are you taking for that?
It's basically 3 per car we're doing this weekend.
Are they volunteers or are they paid?
Some are paid.
Yeah, right.
We run our shop as a race shop, which works well for us in our daily, you know, repairing customer cars and so on. And so everybody's out fair. You know, they understand how to prepare a race car,
Right.
and we do it on a daily basis, really.
Doing anything he can to stay in the sport, working as one of Peter's mechanics is Colin Daly. Colin is probably the most promising talent that Jamaica has had, winning not only multiple karting championships in the US, but also being signed as a junior driver for Red Bull.
You are known around here as the kid that got a big shot. You got signed by Red Bull as a junior driver early on?
Yeah.
How old were you?
12 years old, yeah.
So how did they find you?
They came to Jamaica, and so everyone was like, oh, Colin Daly. And then they went somewhere else and like, oh, Colin Daly. And they're like, okay, maybe we need to
Call this guy.
call this guy, yeah. It went good for a couple of years, you know, they took care of some flights and they gave me a lot of opportunities, you know, meet new people all over the world, getting me to Europe, getting me to test a Formula Renault in Portugal, which was really good. I mean, at least I can say I drove a Formula Renault in Europe. I mean, not many people in Jamaica drive abroad, so.
Did you get the cool helmet?
Yeah, I got
Okay, that's a big deal, especially as a young racer.
And then after the communication just went down, you know, we tried to figure out what's going on. We don't know what happened, and it just ended there.
Was it understood why? Like, hey, we're not sure we're going to continue, or was it suddenly the phone calls aren't coming?
No,
Don't know?
it wasn't understood. No one knew what was going on.
Okay.
And we tried to find out. We couldn't get any answers. And at the same time, marketing in Jamaica for Red Bull was going down. So.
Okay, so that probably lost their interest in having a Jamaican driver.
That could be, yeah.
Right. Can Jamaica generate the next IndyCar or F1 or NASCAR world champion?
The right marketing with the right sponsors. Obviously, you need the funding as well. And the right attitude. I don't see why it's impossible.
Now, while we went there to explore the Jamaican car racing culture, well, there's another kind of racing in Jamaica as well. Hey, Ryan.
Hey, Sean.
You know, enough people there say they know they can't believe. Jamaica, we have a bobsled team.
We've been singing your theme song from the movie.
Jamaica, we have a
Yeah.
Nobody can believe Jamaica, we have a bobsled team.
Job well done. That's the whole interview. Thanks, guys. Yeah, that's all we wanted. So that one lyric has been stuck in our heads for the last 4 days, 5 days. And like first thing in the morning, he'll sing it because he knows I won't be able to stop. And 20 minutes later, I'm like, Jamaica, stop singing the lyrics.
In car racing, we have like staple movies that we enjoy because they're fun, but some are just dumb, you know? So like we have like Days of Thunder or Driven, you know, they do things because it makes for a good movie or an average movie, but it's not necessarily realistic. So for a bobsled racer, where does Cool Runnings kind of fall into that? Because I'm guessing you guys weren't picked because you were the best push cart driver down a hill. All right.
Well, we both came from track and field.
Yeah. Which that was accurate. They did talk about that in the movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, we were like exposed. Each of us have our different story of how we started, but we both started as a brakeman. That's the pusher at the back, and then we just transferred. She went to driving, and I went to skeleton. So.
Okay.
Because you guys grew up wanting to be runners, basically.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
because it was Kari, you did 4x100, is that right?
Yeah, I've been performing for my country, I think, since 2006. Yes, I've gone to the World Junior Games in Beijing, won 2 bronze medals in 100 meter 4x1. And
just 2 medals.
Yeah. I mean, in track and field, losing is not an option for us.
Wow, it's that.
Yes, that's serious.
All of this is racing. And it seems like for a relatively smaller population on an island, racing seems to dominate this place, whether it's by foot or by car or by sled. Is that a Jamaican thing? Just the need to race one another?
It is our get out of jail free card, so to speak, meaning get out of poverty free card doing sport.
Okay.
I'm from way in the countryside bush. So the objective was to do what I do best, which was track and field at the time, obtain a scholarship to go to university that saved myself $2 million for boarding and school fees. I couldn't pay for that.
College, higher education wouldn't be an option if you weren't a successful athlete.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about, but to me, the move to going skeleton or bobsled racing, you can't be a track and field star and also train for bobsled. So you kind of have to say, like, I'm done running.
I tried it once, it didn't work. So it came down to a decision, which direction would I go?
Right, because in car racing, it's very similar. Like a lot of young guys and girls, when they grow up, they want to be Formula One. That's all they want to do. And then they sort of get to be 20, 21, 22, and they don't see it happening. And they're like, okay, well, if I go race in the US or if I start racing sports cars, my career might be able to go a lot longer and I can still be somebody that very successful at my sport. Is bobsledding kind of in that?
In track and field, the cycle will go on and on and on and on and on, and it will change. Because whosoever was at the forefront 2012 is not there now.
Right.
Right? And it will continue to change. For bobsleigh, the person that was in the forefront 2010 was still in the forefront 2018.
Yeah.
You understand?
Right.
In car racing, if you spin out leaving the pit lane or on the first lap, that's kind of like a really dumb thing to do. What's the dumbest thing you could do on your first day? She's already kind of laughing. Like, I picture somebody running up with the sled and then letting go on accident, and it just goes the
I was like, pushing. I was like, I was aiming for a start time. I'm like, I'm gonna get this. I'm like, focus, everything. Right. I'm like, I'm gonna bust this start. Like, chun, 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 chun. The sled went, and I was on my belly, and I'm hanging on the sled. Like, I tried to pull it.
Oh, dang, she's gonna let go, she's gonna let go, she's gonna let go. And she was on it. I was like, oh.
Yeah, I literally cried. I did cry. I'm like,
whoa! Whoa!
Look, we're not going to pretend to be historians, but the Jamaican automotive culture it's nothing new. And while the city has been the epicenter for a number of cultural movements, Kingston also plays host to Hillary Jardine and Peter Ray.
Yeah, we made it. We're all good.
I'm glad.
How are you? Doing all right?
Great, man. Yeah,
It's
man.
good to meet you, Mr. Zoom Zoom.
That's me.
Peter Ray is sort of Jamaica's answer to Mario Andretti. He's a guy that's well-traveled, but also one of the winningest drivers in the history of the island. And even if he's given up driving, he's still extremely active in the community.
Just a little snippet of me through the years, 1968 when I came on the scene.
We have go-karts, and then it
Yes.
looks like a lot of Mini Coopers after that.
Yes. First place in 1997. 4,000, this is US dollars.
Yeah,
this
that's
isn't
actual
Jamaican,
$4,000, yes.
This is real money.
So in Jamaican money, that's like $500,000?
$500,000, yeah.
So you're almost a millionaire off of racing.
Exactly.
Lovely.
While Peter Ray remains an active member of the Jamaican Race Drivers Club, or JRDC, the original organizers for the island, he's also friends with the founder, some crazy old man named Hillary Jardine.
So you tell us whatever you want, and we'll make the best of it.
I have sex twice a week.
You have sex twice a week. Okay. What are you doing on all the other days? That's a lot, you got a lot of free time on your hands then.
I can't remember the name of the lady.
Born and raised in nearby Guyana, Hillary actually moved to Jamaica in the 1960s. And then he became the self-proclaimed god of the island's racing.
You were the race promoter, so you held
I was God.
So you held, okay, that's
I
one
was
way of
God.
putting it. So you,
I was God.
So you come to Jamaica and you'd seen racing in your home country, probably all the other islands. So what is the first move to start the Jamaican racing organization?
Well, the whole idea is that Guyana was very popular in motor racing in the whole Caribbean. So we had all Trinidad, Barbados, Jamaica, Grenada. All these islands used to be invited down there. So I got to know lots of people.
Okay.
Then eventually, I realized that these are a pack of jokers. But eventually, they saw where I knew what I was about and what I was doing. And there was no joke. And eventually they came and the guys supported me. And motor racing took off in Jamaica better than Guyana.
And while the racing scene began to flourish in the 1970s, right up until the gas crisis, there never really was a permanent home. With events beginning in places like soccer stadium parking lots or makeshift drag strips, they eventually found sort of a pseudo-home at Vernum Field. Vernum Field really isn't too different from a lot of airfield race courses that sprung up all around the US in the early days of road racing. So Vernon Field was the first sort of proper racetrack, but it was still made out of roads and an airfield that had
The road was
pre-existed.
there.
Yeah.
It was a base, an American base. So we took the airstrip and not we, they us all, me. Took the airstrip and the connecting road and I made a racetrack.
Okay. The idea of a proper, permanent race course in Jamaica had never really existed. And then a wealthy enthusiast, Alfred Chen, decided that he'd just go ahead and make his own in his backyard. And while a tragic aviation accident would deny him the opportunity to see that it's still thriving to this day, not only is the racetrack still around, it's still his house, right on top of the hill.
So travel back in time for a second in your head. 1989, you see a fully paved racetrack of that size. Was it the greatest thing you'd ever seen?
It was. I mean, it was so different to Vernon Field, which was flat and not very challenging.
So when did you first start hearing the conversations about let's consider building a permanent racetrack?
He said, you know, I remember him being interviewed. He said, one day I just woke up on a Sunday morning and thought, I'll build a racetrack. Because he was an old-time racer. And
So there was no business plan, no big case
No.
study. He's like,
Not
I want to
really.
do it.
I
I'm
don't
just
think
gonna
so.
Go do
No,
it.
nothing.
I want to do it.
It
That's
was not.
awesome.
He just want to have a racetrack.
And
it was his land. That was his house, and there's the racetrack. His house was on a hill, and the racetrack down the bottom.
That's awesome.
There's a famous movie about baseball called Field of Dreams, where a guy builds a baseball field in a cornfield, which should be raising crops to raise money. And his whole thing is that if he built it, people would come. You know, fans would come and players would come and all that. And in this case, it sounds like Alfred Chen just loved racing and decided he was just going to build his own racetrack, and then they came. I mean, look, what's crazy to me is that it goes from like concrete to guardrail to
earth.
rocks sticking out. So if you got sent over here, like let's just say a suspension failure.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. You know,
So
you have like
the rock protruding into the
right.
track?
They seem to park a lot of the cars here on the infield sort of as external parking. As you can tell, there's nothing really protecting anything from the cars except the trailers, but I guess that's how they do it here.
Oh, it's tethered.
It's tethered with yarn.
Yeah.
I wonder if we can find a Continental in here. Here's our favorite part.
Absolute favorite part of the racetrack.
And if you look, there is lockup marks here, so
Yeah.
it's clearly a big enough brake zone that this is absolutely possible.
So this is maybe the second slowest part of the course.
Right here.
Heavy braking zone coming off of a very fast uphill right-hander.
Yep.
And if you get it wrong and go straight,
go right back on the track. Okay, so I'm online.
You're online,
I'm
and if I
online.
come, oh,
right? Like it's not impossible It's not impossible to think a break.
Well, so this is a first.
Track walk's over.
Yeah. So we know we can't be here because the race car's on the track.
Probably because it's the Radical. This is not set up at all.
Yeah.
So, should we go?
Yeah.
There's another car coming.
Should we go?
Should we get back in the car?
Why don't you get back in the car?
Okay, so in fairness, Dover actually has a very strong safety record. And if you were to compare that to nearly any track in the US, you'd find they're actually pretty similar. But in addition to that, Dover's not even the only Jamaican racetrack. So if you're going to visit Jamaica and check out the racing scene, Dover gives you one comparison, but you actually have to head across the island to see Jam West, which acts as not only a racetrack, but also a resort property, creating a lot more of a holiday or destination feel.
So the founder of Jam West, Mr. Ian Gordon, he has a nearby business, I was told. That was kind of how this got started. So this is a 600-acre plus property.
He went to the States and saw Marosa,
Oh.
and he came back and was like, I'm gonna build a drag strip. And this is the type of man that whatever he says he's gonna do, he goes right ahead and do it.
Your front straightaway
It's
is
over half a mile.
Half a mile. You were telling me that when Doug Gore tested here, he was doing like 167 miles an
Yes.
hour into turn one.
Yes.
Which, when you get down there, after the tire barrier, it looks like trees.
Yes.
I don't think I've been to a racetrack where they have a bull. So, is there a story behind the bull?
Well, the bull is a part of our safari tour, or Jeep Safari.
Okay.
And that's his spot.
I love that as you're telling me that. Is that a peacock I hear in the background
Yes,
going crazy? Okay.
This is actually a resort.
Okay.
So coming out at any one of the top resorts in Jamaica, Sandals, beaches, you get the same feel
Yes.
that you get in the resort. That's
Yes.
what we're trying to create.
That's the goal.
That's
Yeah.
our goal.
What are you doing with that move what you make, man? I'm not so sure to go on it. What kind of movie is that, man?
Documentary about Jamaican motorsports.
Oh, it's a motorsports business.
Yeah, we're gonna show the whole world.
I'm a landscaper, you know.
Okay.
You could see my tool over here. Where you guys from, man?
I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, in the United States.
Is that so?
Yes, sir. What's your name? What's your name?
Well, you could see my name down here, you know.
Okay, we got the pass. All right, so Adrian Pierce.
What's your name, man?
My name is Sean.
This is Sean. He's my partner.
Good to hear your voice over there. Also touching me. One love, man. That's what Brother Bob said. We are carrying out the message. One heart, one love. Hey, look at your color. What color do you have, man?
I would be called a white boy back in Atlanta.
And what would you call me?
I'd call you Jamaican.
No, man.
What do you want me to call
me
you?
black boy in Jamaica.
I'd call you Adrian.
Well, that's my name.
Yeah,
Well,
right.
I'm asking you about colors.
Okay.
I was talking about colors, not
okay.
name.
So you're a black guy, I'm a white guy?
Yeah, that's what we said. But
you're-
you know what's
you're
gonna happen? If it happen, cut yourself and cut me.
Yeah.
And see what color blood is different.
Yeah, right.
Which one is different?
It's all the same. It's
Okay.
all the same on the inside. We're hugging. We're hugging. I love this. Awesome.
All right,
One hand,
Yes, yeah.
one hand, man.
Yes.
One hand.
Awesome.
Good to have you here. I'm a landscaper.
Awesome. Love your work.
Okay, man.
Thank you for your service.
Keep
You
up
good,
the good
man.
work.
So even on the last day of practice, only about half of the garages and paddock space are occupied. And that's because they deliberately make the actual race a one-day show. You can practice during the days leading up in sort of a completely open format, but in Jamaica, they want to be able to cater to all budgets. So if you can't show up for practice, either to save money or you just can't get the time off of work or whatever, they're fine with that, and you can just show up on the morning of. The racing itself is effectively split into 4 major classes, not too different from what we have in the States. It starts with a stock category that is so unbelievably stock that some of these cars literally look like they came straight from the rental car counter to the track. Then you have what we would effectively consider in the US a production stock category. It's filled with homegrown street cars, home-built efforts, but many of them pretty significantly modified and tuned. You have one catch-all motorcycle category, which is then split into two separate classes. And then you have the Big Money class, which is known as Thundersport. And this is about as open as it can get.
What we found cool as we walked around is that nearly every category was pretty open on the rule book. There's kind of a predominant thinking in American and European sports car racing that the best way to keep costs down is to completely regulate it so that you can't modify a thing and you have to buy everything from a manufacturer. Well, in Jamaica, their belief in cost cutting is to go the exact opposite way, which is to leave a fairly open rule book and allow a lot of these folks out of their shops to simply build out their own parts and completely control the costs as they see fit, not the manufacturer.
Sean and I, we have a show called Dinner with Racers where we sit and talk with people while we eat. So this is perfect. Yeah, exactly.
Can I ask a very critical question? Flary Canary. Name of the car, name of the driver? Name of the car.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Because it's yellow, and we have a white tiger.
Okay.
We have a black panther.
Okay.
You know?
I'm assuming they're all color related?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
Silver hawk. You know, we have so the
Sure.
canary.
Flary Canary.
Canary is yellow.
Yep.
It's a yellow bird.
Done and done.
I figured out your next sponsorship. Has Panda Express made it down here?
No, but that's my favorite fast food.
Oh, what? Yes. We're gonna get along well.
Yeah.
So White Tiger, we've got the Black Panther, we've got the Flary Canary.
Silver hawk.
And Panda Express, the Orange Chicken.
The Orange Chicken.
Marketing.
So you're clearly the craziest person I've ever met in my life. Number one, you race motorcycles. Number two, you race motorcycles at Dover.
Yeah. And I've just been riding for 2.5 years now.
Is that on track or in general?
The first time I got a motorcycle, I didn't know what to do with it. My friends brought me here. I sat on it and I used first gear around the track.
Just kept going.
And just kept going.
Yeah.
So I learned at Dover.
One of the things I really hope that we can convey is how close you guys put your knee to the pit lane wall entry as you come up the hill.
Yep.
Like the knee almost hits the bricks,
So it's
which
not
is your
only
apex.
the knee, it's your helmet as well.
Right, yeah, everything.
Because everything is on this side.
Full lean. Yeah. How do you get the leathers on over your ginormous balls?
My father actually had this car originally.
Yeah.
Got it brand new, and then he passed it on to me, and he put in the turbocharged engine, and then I carried it to what it is right now.
So why not like an Evo or a Civic or something? Why this?
Well, I'm the kind of person that works with what I have.
Okay.
So I got this car, and I grow with it.
Yeah.
So I just work with what I have, and I just grow up with it.
I've been racing at Dover since almost since its inception. I actually came down from Florida for that race meet, the Easter meet of 1992. That was my first race here.
Okay. In the 80s, especially in southern Florida, track safety wasn't as big of a deal as it is now in the States.
Right.
And I came here specifically because this place is very sketchy.
You have to ride within your whatever you're capable of.
Right.
Don't really go up past that level because
it'll bite you.
You might not get a chance. It'll bite you.
So one key thing you mentioned, you said you can get very busy because of your job. So what's your day job?
Well, I run the garage with Swift.
Okay.
It's a race team and it's a garage.
Okay.
So
that seems so like Peter Moody, the Anderson family. We saw them last week.
Yeah.
So it seems like a lot of you guys are kind of the same that can run sort of the bigger operations. That you're a streetcar shop, but then you also run the racing team as you can.
Yeah. Well, I mean, usually most of the race teams here are all mechanics that have their own shops.
Yeah.
Right. And work on the general public, the commuters, and then you have the car that you like, your favorite car, and you develop it. And over time, I mean, it takes years, and you just go.
No one can really make a living just being a race car shop around here.
No.
I just want to see if you're a real pro or not. If you don't do well, is it always someone else's fault?
No.
How dare you? If you want to be
You
a
would
pro,
never make
you
it in
have
American
to blame
racing.
everybody
You have to
else.
blame everyone else. So do you watch racing globally? Like do you watch rally or Formula One or anything?
I used to follow WRC, but right now I am a F1 addict.
Okay, and then who are your drivers in F1?
All right now, well, I'm rooting for Lewis Hamilton, of course.
Why, of course? Because he's a black guy? Is that why?
No, look.
So last time I saw you, we were eating baked chicken at Ziggy's. It was a lot more fun, I think, than what's about to happen. What is the deal? Your car's on a flat toe.
Well, it's a little bad news. We blew the engine. It looked like we have a hole in the block. So
you got another block?
Yeah, we have another block, but it's a smaller block. So it's gonna be 2 liter. So the time is a little close, but we're gonna head into town and come back for the race tomorrow.
So when you say back to town, do you mean Kingston?
Yeah.
So you got to make a 2-hour drive now.
Yeah.
It's noon on Sunday. Races tomorrow at this time.
Yeah. So
you got a long night.
It's not the first. Yeah, we're gonna work all night.
Yeah.
And try and make it in the morning.
All right, dude.
No
I'm
problem.
sorry about your night, but
No problem.
I hear you. I know how it goes.
Who are you here to root for? Who's your guy? Doug?
Yeah. Who are you cheering for? Doug Gore?
Doug Gore. Seems to be the guy around here. Why is he the guy? So one of the storylines we've been kind of hearing about all weekend is there's a brand new car that
Doug Gore's Kia.
That Doug Gore is running, and but on the marketing side, your sort of underground base of fans and the impact of social media that has here, he literally, as we were talking, pulled off. And the first thing you said to yourself was, this could impact our attendance tomorrow.
It can. I'm
And
just
that's how
hoping
quick the fan
like
reaction
the moment we're done here, I'm going there to make sure he's okay, because the word gets out quickly. People really want to see this car run.
Yeah.
So if he drops out, people are going to be like, maybe I don't come.
So literally at 6 p.m. on a Saturday night, people are going to come in around 8, 9 in the morning tomorrow. Between 6 p.m. and 9 a.m. if they hear that the word can travel so quickly, that's insane. That doesn't happen where we're from. There is a palpable change in excitement when Doug Gore enters the track. And while I'm sure every fan has their reasons for rooting for someone, what makes Doug unique is the wild cars that he has brought to the track. Including, and we're not joking, for several years, he brought a full factory, legit Audi DTM car to Jamaica. You brought a DTM car.
That's right.
To Dover Raceway.
Yes.
Why?
Well, I tell you something. Adam Stewart, which is the Audi dealership, the owner of the Audi dealership, they're also the ones that own Sandals here in Jamaica.
Okay.
And he wanted to promote Audi. And we went looking.
Okay.
Went to Germany and I saw this DTM car. I called him up right away. I said, this is it. Brought it here and we had over 20,000 people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was quite phenomenal.
Who were your competitors in your DTM car?
Here's what happened. When we first brought it here, we brought the guys down from Germany.
Okay.
They came and looked at the track. There's no way a DTM car could come and drive these hills and gullies, or what we call it.
Yeah.
So I said, well, I'm going to prove you wrong. And it became the winningest car for the next 6 years. So
I can't imagine how.
Yeah.
So you went from a DTM car that was the car to beat to basically this is effectively a global rallycross car.
Yes.
That is, we'll just call it a Kia. It's the most German Kia I've ever seen. It seems like that's a better fit for a track like this with uneven nature.
You know, that's one of the reasons why we did. On paper, this car was supposed to be it. We've just been having absolute massive teething problems, and it just keeps continuing. I powered it up the back straight, and I just heard boop, and the guys just told me that we just broke an axle. So,
okay,
that car has over 600 horsepower, and the car weighs about 2,300 pounds. So,
when you broke down just now, we were talking with James Ince, who runs a lot of the operations here, but also some of the marketing. He was legitimately concerned that if you didn't run, it could impact the attendance tomorrow. And that seems like that's a real thing.
I've actually decided that if I'm not running, I'm not going to tell anybody. I'm not going to go on social media.
Okay, really?
Yeah, because I know that if I do, we're talking thousands of people not coming here tomorrow.
Yes, yes. Benim Z.
Okay, so I was just walking by and I noticed the hood, and I don't know if this is a tribute or if these are sponsors.
These are sponsors.
These are actual sponsors.
Each of them.
Each square. Okay, so what does each square cost?
$2,500.
$2,500. Okay. How much is that? 20 US? Oh, we're done. I want to put this logo right here. Okay. Can I do that? Okay. All right, I'm gonna bring you 20 bucks. Tatiana, help me pick one. Do we want this one or do we want this one? This one. All right, that's a done deal right there. Thank you. Low five. Boom, there it is.
This is by far the best value we've ever had for racing sponsorship.
This is actually the first time I think we've ever paid to advertise the show. Literally. Oh, there's the view right there. You can definitely see the whole field. See all the people down there watching the race. In the shadow of Alfred Chen's house, the man that built this racetrack, just because he wanted a racetrack in his backyard. This is like the best seat in the house?
Yeah, inside, how we see everything.
Yeah.
So we see front stretch, we see back stretch.
Yeah.
Cars run up it on
Right.
still. But
Where's the concession stand? I don't see any beer up here. You bring your own? Why are there no red stripe cars? That doesn't need sponsorship, right? It sells itself?
Yeah, it sells
It's
itself.
so good it doesn't
Yeah.
need help.
Yeah.
So who are we cheering for?
Well, we are cheering for all of the rest of them still. So we support everybody still.
So you're saying like anybody out there you're cheering for just because they're out there doing it?
Yes.
Yeah, that's cool. That's a really good attitude. So this is your spot? This is where you always watch from?
This is our spot.
How long have you been coming to this track?
About 5 years now.
Okay, so if you like Doug Gore...
I'm over Doug, so...
Okay, you're like not having it with Doug right now. You were in a mood. Okay, so you're not even gonna not text him back, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's out.
Yeah, he's out.
Are you spoiled if you sit down there? That seems too...
you don't get this view.
That seems too easy. Like literally you just sit there. You guys earned your spot.
Like how you on the spot now,
Yeah.
you should give it some.
Right,
You understand? Because you come on the international spot.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm here. All right, let's go across the track.
I'm trying to blend in because I don't think I stick out at all, do I? So like if it's a really good race or really exciting, what's a word I could say? Be like, yeah!
Bop, bop, bop.
Bop, bop, bop. And that'll... And,
Put it behind like this.
say what?
Put it behind like this.
Okay.
I'll go bop, bop, bop.
Bop, bop, bop. Does that work? I'm like blending right. Bop, bop, bop. Well, now there's no... Are they done? Did we miss it?
Yeah, I think that was
Ah.
the last one.
All right, well, let's fake. It's TV. So I'm from Hollywood. We're used to faking things, just like the women in my life.
So you just want to go.
So we'll do it one more time. Yeah, yeah. Okay, actually, let's get everybody. 1, 2, 3. Bop, bop, bop. All right. I fit right in.
I'm a big girl.
So Michelle, you're the first female motorcycle racer in the Caribbean. What was the first track you raced on?
It was a Honda CBR.
And what track?
Right here.
Here? And then you got really smart and decided that racing motorcycles at Dover is insane. You'll just be the hostess with the mostest. Is that it?
No, I got smart. I realized the boys are really, really fast. And
Okay.
it would take too much for me to get up to their level, so I just.
I don't buy that for a second. I don't buy that for a second. I think you can take
It's
it.
true.
What about letting Sean do a public service announcement?
That would be great.
Can we do that?
Can I do that?
Can you do a public service announcement?
I can do a public service announcement.
Okay, I'm going to allow one of our guests from Sean from Dinner with Racers. They're a podcast who from US?
U.S.
Okay.
Hello, Jamaica. It is Sean from California.
I like it.
Please, everyone sit down. I know I'm a huge,
Yeah,
huge
exactly.
celebrity deal. I was over in the grandstands earlier, and I learned a few Jamaican phrases. So hopefully I can blend right in. Here's something I learned. Boop, boop, boop. Hopefully I'm natural now. I'll try it one more time. Hopefully I'm a natural. Boop, boop, boop. Does that work? Yeah, Mom. So we're giving away one heck of a prize. Sorry, there's families here. We've got, I can't. Okay, it's just a giveaway. It's worth millions in Jamaican. If we could make it happen, and I was able to find a commentary job in the U.S., would you take it? Okay. Well, because I wanted to audition you for a few things. And then I got 20 Riley bucks if you can do something for me. Have you ever said the loud pedal? No. Have you ever wanted to frost the tips of your hair? Have you ever referred to any of these cars as a tuned-up hot rod? No. Have you ever seen a guy try to make a pass, decided not to, it was fairly mundane, but for some reason you go, oh, you can't do that? Have you ever said that? I have 20 Riley bills for you. It's not yours yet. You haven't earned it. If on the air, when they start, you can say boogity, boogity, boogity. Yeah.
No, it's not a
That guy's got like 100
here, but it's boogity, boogity, boogity. That's what's going to happen here on the Carnival of Speed Race 2 for Thunder Sport. No, I'm getting a round of applause. You don't want to know, people, believe me. I made an agreement to do that. Boogity, boogity, boogity.
Bummed to not see you racing this weekend, man.
Boy, and we've been doing it for like forever.
Forever. Yeah, I looked it up. It's like, you and Gore have been going at it for your whole life, it seems like. Do you see what you guys have here in Dover and think, man, this is pretty special?
It is. It's definitely special. And anytime we've had overseas drivers come here, they agree. Once you go around it, I mean, you see the walls and there is a bit of fear, but the real good drivers love it. They just love it. And then you can't beat the enthusiasm of the spectators. The vibe here, I don't think you can find anywhere in the world.
Yeah, I believe you. And I haven't even seen the race yet.
Well, I guess just all the heritage and the history behind it. Started out as a dirt track and it's developed over time, and the rivalries that have happened over the years, I mean, it's just built a huge fan base.
I'm just new kid on the block trying a thing.
Right.
And but yeah, it's everybody likes the competition here in Jamaica. For the race day, you're gonna see the level of fans.
Yeah.
And the beating and the pans and everything. It's great.
Just won the big race. Yes. How are we going to celebrate?
Eat KFC.
Eat KFC.
There's only one way.
Excellent answer.
I said to the marshals, I said, put me around the back. Put me absolutely at the back.
That's awesome.
I says, the crowd wants to see this car. The car is very, very fast in a straight line. Let the crowd leave here today feeling that they want to come back to Dover.
As a factory dinner with racers driver, which you now are, if you could describe the motorsport scene here in one word to people that are not from Jamaica, what would it be?
Awesome.
Just awesome.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Exciting. I agree with you 100%.
From your experience, you see that this is a community. Everybody is together. Everybody knows everybody. We're doing our setups, we're competing, we're going out there, we're racing each other, and we'll come back in and, we're doing our thing.
I mean, racing in general, let's think about it. You're racing.
I think everyone has heard this expression before, and it's something we heard a lot in Jamaica. We all bleed red. But you know what? In these 8 days, we actually learned it's far deeper than that. You see, racing isn't a sport built on rules, money, or ego. True racers all share a common soul, one built on innovation, competition, and the longer you stay, camaraderie.
Politically, economically, demographically, Jamaica may be a different place from what we know as home, but the community, it's the same.
Ngifuna daga 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 yeah. Ngifuna daga daga.
Tell me about the actual road we're on right this second.
Oh, I'm right in traffic. And here's the good news. We only have one spare tire. We have 2 flats, and it knocked the beat off both of them. So we're gonna fix the front because it's gonna damage the bodywork.
It's 8 p.m. We're 4 hours out of Kingston. When's your flight?
Our flight is at 11 something, but we have to get to customs by 8 to make sure we get our deposit back from bringing all this camera equipment in the country. And then when I land, I get to drive the 6 hours to BIR, and I think that'll get me in around, if everything goes perfectly, midnight.
That's assuming that our guys who came to pick up our tire actually show up, which as of 20 minutes ago, they were, quote, working on it.
They're probably 20 minutes away.
Yeah, so it's a good night.
Just
got real, bro.
What's your name?
Second.
Second? Yeah. You're my hero, man.
Jamaican motorsports is very popular. You guys travel internationally. You probably know a bunch of race car drivers by name. Do you know who Bobby Rahal is?
Yeah.
I know that guy.
Yeah, he's good, yeah. Very good.
Cool. Do you know Graham Rahal?
Who is that?
So do you know the name Bobby Rahal?
Yeah.
Do you know the name Graham Rahal?
No.
So for curiosity's sake, do you know the driver Bobby Rahal?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you familiar with Graham Rahal?
Oh,
No?
no. That was him.
Let's talk some American racing. Are you a fan of Bobby Rahal?
Yeah.
What about Graham?
Yeah.
Do you know Bobby Rahal?
Yeah.
Indy 500 winner?
Yeah, yeah.
Good dude, right?
Yeah, they're good dude.
Do you know Graham Rahal?
Have you heard of Bobby Rahal?
Oh, yeah, I know him.
Oh, excuse me. All right. What about Graham?
No, I don't know that one.
What about American racing? Like, have you heard of Bobby Rahal? Have you heard of Graham Rahal?
Hey, you know Bobby Rahal?
Yes, he's awesome.
Right? Do you know Graham Rahal?
We're on a road trip.
On the next episode of Dinner with Racers.
I can't believe we get to do this. Isn't this awesome?
I know, right?